Good job, team. Good job, team. Go team. So we got have fraudulent people and have people that want to be some type of like see I like see like I try to see. I try to put the dot on the I. I tried to be a A. You know what I'm saying? But it's self because the work is almost like there's no more work left. You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder if the government's even shut down because if they are, and if this is what they call work, you know what I'm saying? Like let's give somebody the feeling of almost getting or receiving money and then make them look stupid by setting them up or getting them like put on blast. Like somebody like, oh, you're not getting money, sorry, and then they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like a surprise, I got you. But then like stealing my feelings and then putting them on like a soundtrack and then giving them to somebody else for them to feel that feeling and then snatch it back and then tell me like I'll give you your feelings back. I'm like, I don't know. Meanwhile, I'm only holding my finger like this or that. You know what I'm saying? So either way, if I know why I'm holding my finger like that or not, or whatever I got going on, it really doesn't matter. Like the matter at this point is like if you have a soundtrack or you have something that is an old man's patent, and I said this 1,000 times, um, the person that talks the most on that patent pretty much is like the majority owner. So with me talking all the time on that, I would be the majority owner. And on top of that, I'll probably be like the majority lawyer on it too. When I actually say like stop, 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 and they never do, or they never do nothing I ask them to. I also would be like the majority loser when it comes to like feelings being involved. You know what I'm saying? All because of you can just pass them out like whenever you want. I also will probably be like the majority winner because the people who was the mixer or who was the quote unquote DJ, um, they suck so bad by not listening that you can tell there was somebody else doing it. And let's say the majority of people who's like really righteous, you know what I'm saying? They would be the majority winners because it's almost like y'all are the ones that really listen, but y'all always like so far in the background that it's like I can't hear you, you know. So if I can't hear you, I mean you shouldn't speak up because somebody's doing something that you should be paying attention to. And the smart ones will catch on to that, but the people whose minds been controlled that like been going through turmoil or going through things like me, they kind of wouldn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like people like SLD and Down syndrome and stuff like that. So it would make me wonder where they are at according to like why would they be around the soundtrack anyway for them to be that stupid? You know what I'm saying? Saying that I like to help people like that. So it sucks and it's cool in certain ways, but it's more sucky than it is cool. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like to use people with control, and then they got control issues, but then they don't want to double back and then go to counseling or talk to somebody for that. You know what I'm saying? They just want to control the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? And then once they do that, it's like, oh yeah, I'm a macho man, Randy Savage, I can do whatever I want. And then try to make me or somebody else upset. And then once they make us upset, it's like, yes, finally made them upset. I can go along with my day. I got whatever for the day. You know what I'm saying? And when they do, it's still my feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like the PAI, I don't even want to finish the last word, but like whenever that happens, it's like I won his feelings for today. Yes, yes. I'm the top organizer in the organization. How you guys like me when I walk through the door? And I'll look at that person like, bro, you fucking enabling piece of shit. You You know, how about you go somewhere like fall off a cliff, like one story, and then tell your own story, so you can have at least one story. You know, instead of doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because all you're doing is teaching a lot of people how to do something the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people that if they was to be upset at you, you would be easily targeted as the next targeted individual. So I'm saying, make sure you watch who you're dealing with and watch who you're not dealing with. Because when it comes to me, I always got something to say about you. I always got something to say about everybody. Like I'm not about to just say something about one person or two people. I'm saying something about every freaking body. Because nobody is exempt. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is bigger than the next person. So I don't act like it neither, but I'm just saying when it's all about me, it's easily seen by me to call out things. It's like this ain't right, this ain't right, this ain't right. How about you think like that? You know what I'm saying? Since it's all about you and you want to take people's feelings, how about you call out the stuff that's not supposed to be involved with whatever's going on or whatever is taking place? That would make like way more sense. You know, you can actually feel like you have a job, like you're actually doing something. You know what I'm saying? Rather than being like this quote unquote manager or whatever, and then you're telling them doing all this other stuff, and then you feel big and bad when you take the bad guy stuff, but the bad guy is really not the bad guy. The bad guy is actually the person that actually organizes and plans the whole meeting without even knowing. But behind the scenes, you know, let's just wait for him to say something so we can just take the money. What an IRS call that is, you know. I would love to work in that building. You know, that building must be nice. But who knows, man? Maybe I think it's time for some people to start thinking about who's their leader and who's their followers, who's their enablers, and how they are enabling the situations that make you want to go and get up and do whatever you want to do every day. You might want to question that. Have a nice day.